Have you ever driven a tractor? Would you want to? Wink.
No. Do I
Well,
answer?
I mean, this question is probably coming up because I rode the fire engine last week.
Oh, okay.
And drove the tiller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would not want to drive a tractor or fire truck.
Okay, well, we're not going to ask you to. Hey, Aggies, it's Chancellor May and LeShelle, and it's time for Thursday Thoughts. Today, we'll just dive right into your questions this week.
Okay.
Let's see. So, LeShelle, it's been so pretty outside recently. What's your favorite plant or flower?
I really don't have one, but I have to say I'm allergic to flowers. So I try not to smell them or anything. So
Which one do you think looks good?
oh, looks good. A rose.
A rose? I'll go with a rose. I like azaleas as well. They
Yes.
bloom briefly, but I do like
Yeah.
azaleas.
Right. But we have a house full of plants, so I really don't know which one
You
is.
can't pick a favorite?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like ferns. Those are very pretty.
Ferns?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cactus?
But my theory about plants, this is
No.
a side note, nothing to do with these questions. I do think they help with your clean air and help your lungs.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plants
that's
are
my
good.
theory. I don't know.
What's your question?
Okay. You ready for this one? Aggie Square opens tomorrow. Woohoo! How excited are you?
I'm very excited. It's, in many ways, it's a vision coming into reality. And I talked about Aggie Square 8 years ago when I came to UC Davis in my opening investiture speech. And to finally see it physically here is very gratifying.
Wow,
What
good.
do you think?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
You're excited too?
I know it took me a minute to come here, you could see, but I just wanted it to be complete.
Yeah, she had to wait till the buildings were completely done. She didn't come
And
to any
safe.
construction tours. She came when the buildings were finished to
Yes.
see it.
It's really nice. So we're excited for you.
All right. Have you ever driven a tractor?
No.
Would you want to?
No. Clearly I'm not into construction.
Believe it or not, I have driven a tractor when I was a boy.
Yeah.
And it must have been on my grandmother and grandfather used to own some land in rural Missouri. And I probably wasn't old enough to drive,
Oh.
so don't tell anybody. But I drove the tractor a little
Yeah,
bit
back in the day.
back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Things were different back then.
they
You
were.
barely had to put your seatbelt on.
There were no seat belts on the tractor. Sitting on top of the
Well, I wasn't
machine.
saying that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying things are different about driving. And
I
stuff.
understand.
Okay.
I understand.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. How do you overcome challenges in romantic relationships? Any advice?
Well, I've never had any challenges in romantic relationships. No, I'm kidding.
Well, there you go.
Do you have advice?
Yeah.
I have two pieces of advice.
No,
but I'll
I
let you
think
go
the
first.
advice is add a level of humor to everything.
Humor's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even when
We-
you're arguing, you can make a statement that's funny.
We like to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
But you laugh while we're arguing, which makes me madder. So it's not constructive. On the front end, I always tell people, if you see someone that you're interested in, never be afraid to approach them.
Okay.
Because if you don't ask them for a date, they're not gonna say yes. And if you ask them and they say no, you still don't have a date. Nothing has changed. So you've lost nothing.
Right.
My second piece on the back end, if things don't work out, you ever ride the bus?
Yeah, another bus is coming.
If you say at the bus stop, another bus is coming. Just wait
But
for the
I
next
think
bus.
they're saying for people who are actually in a relationship.
I just shared
and
that I
they
was not
just
answering the question.
Trying to figure out what do they do when they're hit a bumpy road.
I just shared that I
Okay.
was not answering the
All
question
right.
as asked.
Well, then the second part of advice is
She's about to start laughing at me and make me mad in our relationship.
never go to bed angry. So try to
That's a good
resolve
one.
everything before. And it seems so cliche-ish, but yeah, if you go to sleep sometimes, you're still mad. You know, so
sometimes I just stay
try
up
to
all
resolve
night
it. Yeah.
when I'm mad.
Yeah. And always reflect on yourself. A lot of times people will point you, and it could be you. So just,
You
when
got
you're-
a lot of advice here. Maybe you should write a column or something, or have a talk show.
Yes. Okay.
That's it for this week, Aggies. Until next week, stay healthy, stay safe, go
Go
Aggies.